Okay, welcome to my little mini series of buying off eBay. During the lockdown, we can't get out to buy antiques and things get off flea markets and antique fairs, so I've been sourcing on eBay. Now, I'm making videos to show you what I win on eBay, but I thought, well, you just will see the stuff I don't win as well, see what I was willing to pay, and you still seeing stuff I'm selecting. Because as I say, there's a lot of people that want to know what I'm buying, what I'm paying on stuff, how I choose my items. So I thought I'll show you the stuff that I didn't win as well as the stuff I've won. Now I've just done a video on things I've won, so I'm now going to show you the things I didn't win. Now quite a lot of these are going to be off the same seller, because one seller had a lot of stuff that I liked. Now this is a heavy gilt bronze Krishna thief. They've put it down as India 19th century. I think it might have been early 20th century, but it makes no difference whatsoever. The quality was spectacular. Absolutely loved it. Now this thing was 2.5 kilos and it wasn't huge, but look at the quality of that. Really nice. Beautiful casting. Just a nice object. Now this wasn't very big. This was only like 6 inches tall and it weighed 2.5 kilos. So this was a solid piece of bronze. Now it sold for £131. Now my highest bid was 72. I was actually looking at it to sell it for about 145, 150. So my bid of it was about £72 plus postage. And of course I didn't win it. But I absolutely love the thing. What a beautiful piece. And there's more images down in here, but the full weight, 9 inches tall, sorry. So I was wrong on the size. I thought it was 6 inches tall. So if I'd realized that, I might have gone a bit more. But 2.5 kilos. That was quite something. But there's nothing to say it would have still sold at the 130. Anyway, moving on. I bid on a pair of Famille Rose vases. Now, if we take a look at these are sort of slab construction. What you're looking at here, take a look at the hair. Just see all the gold highlighted in the hair. Now that tells you this is the earlier of them, so probably about 1840 to 1860, something like that, in my opinion. Really nice, good quality, couple of little chips and things, but a really nice pair of Chinese vases. They were marked, I believe, and what were they? 22 centimeters tall, so about 8-9 inches. Just a really nice pair. But it's the gilding and the adornments and things that tended to die out as they got later on in the century. Now they sold at 370. Now my comfort zone on them was £285 plus postage, so my comfort zone was 300 on the pair. I didn't win them, obviously, but beautiful pair. Retail, I would have thought they would have gone out for about £550, £600 for the pair, if not a bit more. So they were nice. Moving on, same person I bought the other tea bowl off, the Kangxi tea bowl, is this one. Beautiful thing again. This one went dearer. The other one I bought, I paid 50 something pound for it. This one actually sold for 84. Beautiful little thing. Again, not very big. And again, I believe Kangxi. This one had a bit of a shop mark or brocade mark. But again, look at that. Look at that porcelain. Typical Kangxi porcelain. £84 that's all for. And again, where are we size? It's not even 2 inches high, it's 1 3/4 inches high. So you're talking a cup that big. I've sold for £84. And let's see where I was on the bidding. 76. I wasn't a million miles behind. There was a couple of bidders after me, but I wasn't a million miles behind. I put £76. What I tend to do is I'll put my bid and then I'll delete the item and forget about it. eBay does send me reminders, but I tend to ignore all the reminders it sends me, because once I've placed my bid, I don't want to be tempted to up my bid and get in a bidding war. So I'll place my bids. I might place 100 bids and go from there, and if I get 3, 4, 5, it doesn't matter. So here we have a Qinglong period. I love this iron red against the underglazed blue. Really nice, sort of Imari plate. Typical Qinglong. There's the skin tone porcelain there, in good order. Yeah, Chinese Imari garden scene. Now they sold for £78. Now a plate like that should retail about £125 in a shop, something like that. So there's still a good profit left to be had on it. I was the underbidder. Look at that, £76. You can see where I changed my bids throughout the week on this. I started off at 45 and then ended up at £76. But I don't chase them all week. On the last few days, I turn them off, and that's it. This one was nice. It was unusual. A bit of a puzzle piece for me, this one. It was 18th century without a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion. I don't think it was 19th. They've got made in 18th or 19th century, so they weren't 100% either. Now, generally, all this decoration on the back sort of died out by the mid-18th century. And is fired on stilts. Can you see these marks here are stilt marks? So I'm not 100% if this is, well, the double ring suggests Chinese, but the Japanese fire on stilts, not the Chinese. And this tended to die out around the mid-18th century. So this was a confusion piece for me. I wasn't 100% on what it was. It was a nice plate. And I liked the design on it. I liked all the blues. It was just a nice little object. Now, where are we? Now, I bid £40 on this. And it actually sold for 46. So again, I wasn't a million miles away, but I wasn't 100% on this particular plate. It was a really interesting piece, but I wasn't 100% on it. This one I know. I've had so much of this now over the last year. This is a bit of Texing 1822 shipwreck cargo. Fungus pattern. Look at that. It's even got the auction stamp where it was sold on the Texing, which is quite nice. Texing Treasures, which is literally shipwreck cargo. It's a nice piece. Dates to about 1822. Well, that's when it sunk, so it might be a bit earlier than that. But it even come with a certificate. Now I've sold quite a bit of this, and to be honest with you, a little bowl like that would normally sell 50 quid, 60 quid. I've sold multiple of them. If we have a look, I put a few bids to get to the high bidder and then stopped. And I bid £36, and then I walked away and I didn't switch it back on, and it sold for £52. I thought at £36 with the certificate it'd be a bit better. So even if I asked 70, 75, by the time I pay postage, then pay commission on the other side to sell it, you've got to double your money, otherwise you're not making no money. This was beautiful. Really nice. 19th century copper jelly mold by Benham and Froud. And I'll show you the Benham and Froud mark in just a moment. But the copper jelly mold is quite spectacular. There's the mark actually, but there. It's almost like a cross over like a globe. Spectacular jelly mold. You might have a better image of the mark for you. There. Is it a globe? Well, anyway, there's the mark. You can't mistake it. Anything with this mark on is Benham and Froud and pulls good money. These antique jelly molds, they are spectacular. And there's a massive following up for them. This one is in good order, and it sold for £102. I was the underbidder, I think. And to be honest with you, if I had that on my website, I'd be asking £195. And what was I? I was the underbidder at £100. So I put £100 on this, walked away, and somebody've come in, chased it all the way up there, and then they've beat me at £102. So if I weren't there, they'd have probably bought it for 70 quid. So even though I didn't win those pieces, it gives you an idea of the type of stuff I'm bidding on. As you can see, there's a lot of Chinese porcelain this time around, but that doesn't matter. This basically whatever I find on the week. If it's Swansea porcelain, I'll go for that. If it's Worcester porcelain, I'll go for that. It doesn't matter what it is. Just so happened I found a lot of Chinese porcelain and Indian pieces I liked this week. So yeah, I don't know what you think of that. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look at the pieces I didn't win and what I was willing to pay. The way I work it, if I'm going to sell it for 200, I need to be buying it in for about 100, because by the time you pay your postage, then if I have to sell it on eBay, I lose 20% overall to eBay as an average. And that 20% wouldn't be on the 100, it'd be on the 200, so that'd be down 40 quid. So that would knock me to like 160. Then they charge me commission and things like that for PayPal and all the rest of it. You know, I'd end up making, if I double my money and sold it at 200, I'd be making 40 or 50 quid actually back after costs. So yeah, and you've got to have a profit. That's the name of this game. But yeah, I'm in the middle. I've got probably 40 or 50 bids out there. I'm hoping to win half of them. One vase I've got £1,000 bid on, so we'll see if I get that. If not, I'll put that in another video another time for you, and I'll keep doing these so you can see what I'm buying on eBay and what I'm not buying on eBay. But either way, it shows you what I'm bidding on. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you soon.